From puppet penetration to a soldier who swears more than a sailor, I knew this was an episode I shouldn't have watched with my mom. Episode 6 of GenV is here that will have us questioning what Dean Shetty's real plan with the woods is, Golden Boy's secret blood transfusion, the true extent of Cate's power, and what the hell happened to Dusty. Seriously, is he still alive?
Why am I here? I don't even like Cate.
She doesn't even go here!
In this recap and theory video, we'll be going over tons of new details, and you'll want to stick around till the end of the video for the trailer sleuthing section to see what exactly we're in for in the final 2 episodes. I've left timestamps below so you can see all the topics I'll be covering, and while you're at it, like and subscribe. Proceeds from this video will be going directly to the Red River Institute for children that have killed their parents. The title of this episode is Jumanji, and if you haven't seen the movie, A, what are you doing with your life, and B, you'll need to know that it's all about being transported into a different world. So just like Robin Williams gets trapped in a board game, so too do our characters get trapped in Cate's mind. It's also fitting because Jumanji is the code word Cate uses for Rufus to bash his balls in. Jumanji! At the end of episode 5, we saw Cate give Andre his memories back, the first being him absolutely stomped by Sam.
Bruh.
She'll end up giving everyone's memories back, with Emma being especially grateful.
Also, you're
Billy Butcher would be proud. I love the Girls Get It Done poster, a reference to the female empowerment campaign seen in The Boys Season 2.
Yeah, okay, cool.
In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, showrunner Eric Kripke stated that this is a direct satire on the contrived girl power moment in Avengers Endgame. The question then becomes, why would Cate work with Shetty on wiping their memories? Well, put yourself in Cate's shoes, or head. You're locked away for 9 years, your parents think you're a dangerous monster, then all of a sudden this woman comes along telling you she can help. She gets rid of the voices in your head, and you believe she genuinely has your best interests at heart. So when she asks you to do some wiping under the guise of it being for the greater good, you can kinda see where she's coming from.
Because I'm all about consent.
That's a total lie.
We're gonna learn a lot more about the extent of our hero's powers this episode. And was it just me, or can Cate read people's minds without touching them?
Why would you do this to us?
I'll never forgive for this.
This actually has huge implications going forward if true. That's an incredibly strong power. I'm talking Mel Gibson level.
Thank you for...
You're welcome, my little sweet ass.
Andre blames Cate for all the shit that's happened, but it's Marie who reminds him the real culprit is Godolkin. I like how she fidgets with her Switchblade here. It's the same Switchblade she used at Red River in episode 1 and to cut herself to stop Sam. I'm interested if this blade has any sort of significance to her, but again, I usually look too deep into these things. Andre and Marie are in that same room we saw the fire breather in last episode, and Andre uses the opportunity to vent about Cate's betrayal and his dad being a piece of shit. Remember that Polarity knows about the woods and told his son never to bring it up.
Don't say another fucking word about this.
Cate has started to convulse, something we saw happen to her when she pushed too much at the end of episode 2. Luckily, Marie is here to save the day, able to slow down Cate's heart rate and stabilize her. If Marie can slow down a heart, could she stop one? Or perhaps make a heart race so fast that it explodes? Last episode, Dr. Cardosa said that Marie's powers are unlike anything he's ever seen.
Her abilities are the rarest I've ever seen. She doesn't understand how powerful she really is.
And hints that she may be one of the most powerful soups out there. Imagine if Marie could stop the heartbeats of everyone on the planet. Obviously, she's not that powerful yet, but it's a possibility. In my trailer breakdown section, I'll go over how Marie's power might be connected to Victoria Newman, the head-popping soup running alongside Robert Singer as his vice presidential candidate. Down in the woods, Dr. Cardosa is proud to show off the success of his virus. Here we see a young soup named Betsy. This isn't the first time we've seen Betsy, who scorched the food trolley lady in episode 3.
Betsy, if you don't want dinner, keep it up.
She has some sort of fire and electricity power, but 2 days ago she was injected with the virus and her powers are almost non-existent. For Cardosa, this is a success, a way to quote compassionately control soups, and this success was largely in part to the experiments done on Sam. In my past videos, I've theorized that Dean Shetty may have a hidden power, but this is looking less and less likely, especially considering the Dean basically greenlights a more deadly version of the virus with the ability for it to be be contagious. Cardosa has made sure that the virus can only attach to strains of compound V found in the blood, thus regular humans will not be infected. Maybe this is why Dr. Cardosa wanted Marie as a test subject. Her ability to control blood might prove useful in his research. This request was nixed by Shetty, who explained that Marie has a mysterious benefactor. I believe this benefactor to be Victoria Newman, but more on that later in the video. Cate's powers are so great that she has collectively gathered Andre, Marie, Jordan, and Dusty inside her mind as it slowly shuts down. If she dies, so do they. The first memory they see is of young Cate. In episode 3, Cate told us how she told her younger brother Caleb to get lost, not knowing that her powers had manifested. Caleb was never seen from again. Here we see the aftermath of this and how her parents were so afraid that they basically locked her behind this giant steel door. But don't worry, Cate has her imaginary friend Soldier Boy. In fact, we can see a Soldier Boy poster for his film Hero Seeking Hero, which he starred alongside Crimson Countess and which can be seen at the Stardust Theater. There's also a poster for Crimson Countess's Whiskey Sunrise, a movie produced by the legend, and a larger poster of which can be seen in The Boys Season 3, along with his amazing knock-knock jokes.
Knock knock, who's there? Go your face.
Soldier Boy tells them Cate's head is unraveling and all these lightning strikes they're experiencing are blood vessels bursting in her brain. Soldier Boy does tell Andre that Cate genuinely loves him, and I'm inclined to believe this is true considering this is coming from Cate's mind. And while Soldier Boy dies to a lightning strike here, in the real world he's locked up in this kind of cryo sleep under the supervision of Grace Mallory. If you've paid close attention, you'll even notice a Soldier Boy statue on campus which has been vandalized and painted red because Vought News has deemed him a Russian traitor. Back at the drive-in, Sam enjoys some delicious The Deep Vought Taught twists, which look like basically Twizzlers. And I thought it was pretty funny that there's a Polarity movie poster and crane game behind Emma and Sam. Polarity has the power of magnetism, and there's definitely some magnetism between these two. The last time Emma and Sam were together, Emma had no memory of him, so this is a rekindling of their relationship, one which ends with Sam losing his virginity. Remember, this is a guy who's been locked up for years, with only Queen Maeve comics to alleviate his needs. And I gotta hand it to Emma, not only is she super understanding, but this has gotta be a step up from hanging on some dude's ding-dong. Sam also sees Emma as a puppet, but remember,
No kink shaming.
I like how Dusty has just kind of been sucked up with him. We still don't know what his power is, and because the others can't use their powers in Cate's mind, we'll never know what it is. Pretty ironic that Dusty will get vaporized into dust by Golden Boy. Now, if he died in Cate's mind, did he die in real life? The others don't seem too concerned about him after they get out of Cate's head. We bear witness to Cate's first meeting with Dean Shetty. Shetty is incredibly kind to Cate, allowing her to touch her with her gloves off. This might be the first person she's touched in 9 years, as Cate said in episode 3 that her parents never touched her after the incident. It's also here that the Dean starts Cate on medication. Medication, she says, will stop the voices in her head. We saw Andre give Cate this medication in episode 3 after she convulsed, and now that he knows it was given to her by the Dean, he looks a bit awkward here. What is this medication? Yes, it stops the voices in her head, but does it do anything else? How much has it suppressed her powers? I also like how the pill is blue, just like Compound V, and knowing the Dean wants to take away these soup's powers, are there any long-term effects of it? Cate's third memory involves her first meeting with Golden Boy. Remember that Cate initially majored in crime fighting, which is where it looks like she met Luke. But in episode 4, during Tech Knight's interview, we learn she switched majors to hero management with the plans on becoming Golden Boy's manager. Golden Boy confronts Andre here. This isn't a memory of Cate's at all, and as we'll soon learn, Cate has blended all their memories and fears together. Andre's big secret is that he was seeing Cate even when she was with Golden Boy. That sure must have made those mesmerizer marathons the three of them had a bit awkward. With an enraged Golden Boy on the loose and their powers useless in Cate's mind, the three rush to another memory, this time of Jordan's. I personally think this secret is the worst. Here we find out that Jordan knew Professor Brink was drugging Luke. Hell, the guy is caught literally with a syringe in his hand. And instead of helping their friend, they put one of these gas masks on him, the same kind used to incapacitate Sam and Soldier Boy at the end of season 3. Jordan doesn't question Brink's explanation that Luke is being given special treatments to make him as powerful as Homelander. In fact, Jordan asked to have them too. But to placate their concerns, Brink offers Jordan his TA position. This means this event happened prior to Marie arriving at Godolkin and requesting acceptance into the crime-fighting course. Just how long did Jordan know this was going on? It looks like Jordan's fear here is that they'll always be a coward. If they're going to grow as a character, they'll need to stand up up to Dean Shetty and do what is right. Taking a much more lighthearted tone, we find Emma and Sam post puppet sex. Sam thinks it was neato, but does the typical "it's not you, it's me" excuse. But in his defense, Sam does have a lot of issues he has to deal with if he's gonna get through this, and Emma wants to be there for him when he does. Even though Sam says the two should run away together, Emma knows this isn't the answer. She says there are people who can help them. Back at the woods, we get one of Cate's most disturbing memories. She was actually in the labs when Luke was being transfused with Sam's blood. Not only that, but she wiped his memories dozens if not hundreds of times to make him forget that he even had a brother. Maybe this is why when Luke sees a vision of Sam in episode 1, Sam is very young. This is what Sam would have looked like the last time Luke remembered him. I also think it's pretty ironic that they lay on Homelander pillows since Homelander was basically raised in a lab. Now there are a lot of weird things going on with the woods that don't make sense. For example, Brink says that he is transfusing Luke with Sam's blood to make him stronger. If we believe that to be true, then why are they simultaneously creating a virus that will kill all soups? There's definitely something more going on here. As Sam tells us at the end of the episode, Shetty was, quote, doing other stuff to Luke too. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, but why would Vought want to create a virus that destroys the very thing they make money on? That is, unless Dean Shetty has gone rogue. Now I can see Vought wanting to create a virus that suppresses or terminates one's power. That means they could have some leverage if a soup were to get out of hand. Homelander. But killing all soups with a contagious virus does not seem like something Vought would want. This gives credence to the Dean Shetty has gone rogue theory. We already know that she has the capacity to lie to Vaught's CEO, Ashley Barrett, covering up that Sam escaped the woods. She manipulates Cate without batting an eyelash, and she has no issue with blackmailing others to get what she wants, like what she did to Tech Knight. And last episode, she basically told Cardosa he has nowhere else to go after all these brutal tests he's done here. But what motive would Dean Shetty have in betraying her employer and creating such a virus? We have almost no information about the Dean's past other than she had a child.
You have a daughter? I did.
It's brought up once and never again. What if Vought or Soups were responsible for the death of her child? Maybe she gave Compound V to her daughter and it killed her. Remember that adults have a 20% survival rate when taking Compound V, hence why it's normally given to children where there's a higher chance of surviving. Maybe Shetty just hates Soups because they killed her daughter. There are a lot of unknowns here, but it really seems like Shetty has ulterior motives. The final memory belongs to Marie and, like Jordan, exposes her greatest fear. Outside atop translucent statue sits a doorway, the same doorway her mother broke down the fateful day Marie killed her parents. In the corner is her sister Annabeth, who claims that no matter how hard Marie tries to be a hero, she'll be nothing more than a murderer. Annabeth's current whereabouts have been a secret so far. She was said to be put in the foster system away from Marie after the murders, but in episode 2 we learned from Haley Miller that they contacted Annabeth, who said she wanted nothing to do with her sister. As Shetty says,
Who knows if it was even true?
Marie, Cate, and the others need to realize all of this isn't their fault. Almost every single problem they face is a direct result of their parents injecting them with Compound V. As Cate bluntly puts it,
"It is not your fault. Your parents shot you up with a dangerous drug when you were a baby to make a buck off you."
Cate releases them from her mind, but she wants to stay asleep forever, something Andre, even though he hates Cate right now, can't accept. Cate finally has a choice in her life, and she can't just throw it away. They all awaken back in the real world, their powers and memories intact. Emma and Sam have arrived.
You have sex hair.
And of course, as Cate has just been through this emotionally draining traumatic event, Sam has come to exact his revenge. To him, Cate is the woman who made his brother forget about him, who was complicit in his imprisonment. So no wonder he's mad. It's Emma, however, who calms him down. Instead of taking his anger out on Cate, who was also a victim of Shetty, they need to go after her themselves. This is where we find Cardosa and Shetty overlooking the dead body of Betsy, who after being given a slightly more concentrated version of the virus has died, with huge open blisters and pustules all over her body. For Cardosa, this is terrifying, but for Shetty, this is amazing. She wants him to make it so that it's contagious, something if released into the world could kill everyone every soup on the planet. With that, we move on to our trailer sleuthing section, where we take a look at the season's trailers to theorize what might be in store for us in the future. It looks like Dr. Cardosa is hard at work creating that infectious virus. We'll see his reflection here as 3 separate prisoners are exposed to an infected. It looks like one of them is dead, one is coughing, and the other wanting out. This one here looks as though they're on death's door and experiencing the same blisters as Betsy. There's some sort of protest on campus, with students carrying signs with things like Heroes United, Stop Super Hate, and Newman. Remember that Victoria Newman has run a strong anti-soup campaign, and her powers are still unknown to the public. We still don't know her true motives, something that may be revealed later in the season of GenV or in season 4 of The Boys. Victoria will make an appearance at this town hall, where both pro and anti-soup protesters can be seen. It looks like it gets a little out of hand as one attendee uses her super scream attack. In the Red Band trailer, Victoria says to someone, "This is your shot at real power." It then cuts to Marie. Victoria Newman is my #1 guess as being Marie's special benefactor. The two both attended Red River, they both killed their own parents by accident, grew up in the foster system, and both have powers that involve controlling blood. We've seen Marie fall sway to the allure of power, especially in episode 2, so it would make sense that Victoria would try to get Marie on board by saying this is her shot at it. Here we see Marie, Jordan, Emma, and Sam hiding here in the back. They're in someone's house, which I think could be Dean Shetty's. The windows here have that same crisscross pattern we've seen in her house, plus there are some teapots which she loves to drink. Sam looks to be in the dorms at Godolphin alongside Emma. He has pretty much nowhere to go, so maybe they disguise him and ask him to lay low, even though we'll see him partying it up in the hallways. This freeze breath guy makes a cool slip and slide floor. We still haven't seen this shot of a shocked Ashley Barrett. In the recently released GenV Boys crossover video, it looks like she makes her way to campus here with director Adam Bork, who she porked in season 3. Something happens that make them plug their ears. It makes me think of that sound device used against Andre in episode 2, but that's only supposed to work against soups. Either the gang has re-engineered one of these things, or another soup like the Scream Girl is causing it. Polarity does an interview with trusted Vaught News anchor Cameron Coleman. We can see the name here in the background. This might tie into Victoria's visit, as we'll see a man who appears to be Cameron Coleman doing the town hall with her. Rufus here just jamming along. I wonder how his dick's doing. Here we see the Godolphin metal doors trapping some students inside. I've long suspected that Godolphin doubles as a prison. We've already seen Andre close these big metal plates over the windows, and just look at the security Marie passes to get in. Now it looks like there are some prisoners who make it out of the woods, like this girl here with laser beams coming out of her eyes. She wears the same gray sweater and pants like the other inmates. Now that we know there is some form of contagious virus, it begs the question, will it get out into the real world if these prisoners escape? We'll see Jordan fight what might be the same or different laser-eyed girl outside, although this time the woman is wearing different clothing. That's pretty much it for the trailers. Now I turn it over to you. What do you think will happen in the weeks ahead? I want to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, and for more bad takes you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember...
Holy shit! A lot is happening.